Welcome to episode number 4 of Take the Trip with Us, where you hear from travel professionals who've experienced destinations firsthand. Listen to their stories and experiences along with recommendations for your own vacation. So today I have Ginna Heyen with me, and we're going to hear about her recent trip to a bed and breakfast in Galena, Illinois. So thank you for coming and sharing this, because I'm really excited to hear about it, because it's a place I think that my husband and I want to go. So this is a bed and breakfast, a retreat that you found. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so it is in Galena. It's out in the country, which my husband grew up in the country, so I knew that would appeal to him. But with COVID-19 going on, everybody wanting to be safe and not breathing others' air, I thought a cottage would be perfect for our getaway. And so we booked it and got up there and just fell in love with it. We didn't want to come home.
I think you hit on a good point there. You know, so many people right now don't feel comfortable out in public. So that's what intrigued me, that you found someplace you could go, that you felt, you know, I guess safe is the word, and comfortable.
Yeah.
Were there a lot of cottages on the property? I mean, I guess they're like distanced apart, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
There are 4 cottages and then 3 rooms in the main house. So,
okay.
Yeah, not a lot, but that was fine with us. We didn't want to go somewhere where it was real busy yeah, so they were nestled in pine trees, and so each one had privacy. They were close enough together where you could maybe see the roof line of the other one, or part of the side of the cottage of each one, but for the most part, very private. We could sit outside.
A lot of property there then?
There's several. It used to be a farm years and years ago, and it still is on the outside, on the outskirts of it. But rolling hills, a pond that you could take a nice relaxing walk. And
now, did you actually choose the cottage that you stayed in? Like, you had a choice of them?
Yes, they all have kind of a different theme, and I knew my husband would like a rustic look, so we chose the one that was kind of like a log cabin on the inside, and has a fireplace. Each one has a fireplace. Each one has a jacuzzi, a kitchenette. Yeah, comes with bathrobes.
How about check-in process? I mean, especially right now with COVID-19 going on, did you feel, how did that go as far as getting there, checking in, being able to get to your cottage?
Yeah, they were great. They actually, and I don't know if this is their normal procedure, but especially right now, they wanted us to contact them when we thought we might be there. And they were waiting outside for us. It was very nice. It was like, welcome home.
Now you say
so they checked us in.
Who's they?
Yeah, the owners are Jim and John. They really wanted to do this, from what I understand, and went around and chose this place and were able to buy it. And they're both have restaurant backgrounds and experience there, and it shows in the breakfast that they serve. It was
okay. So it is
fantastic.
Bed and breakfast. So you're getting breakfast.
I was embarrassed because I left the table with a lot on my plate. I just couldn't eat it all. It was fantastic, but yeah, my husband left very full too, and he's a hearty eater.
So is it a restaurant that you go to have the breakfast, or how did that work?
It's well, actually, you can have it delivered to your room, or you can sit in the main dining room, and they have the tables separated, or you can sit out, depending on the weather, you can sit out on their balcony outside the dining room. And yeah, so that was great. We did meet some other couples in the dining room, but there were never more than 2 other couples in the dining room while we were there.
Okay.
So,
and so there's that. So as far as like lunch and dinner, it wouldn't necessarily be a restaurant that you would go to for lunch and dinner. You visited something local?
Right. And you wouldn't even have to do that. They offer
there's
slow
enough
cooker
food
meals
for breakfast.
Well, yeah, that's true. I would, yeah. But no, they will bring slow cooker meals ready to put in a slow cooker for you in your room, so that you can cook that. or they will bring a steak dinner all ready to go, and they'll bring a grill to the outside of your cottage, and you can fix your own dinner if you want to do that. A couple other choices for dinner too that you can make yourself, but they provide everything for you. So, but I didn't want to cook, so
Yeah, I don't blame
we went
you.
into town.
Okay, so what's in town there? As far as
Yeah,
restaurants, what did you find?
they have tons of shopping, just quaint little boutique shops, furniture shops, and then all kinds of restaurants, a winery in town, even, and a winery, a couple wineries outside of town.
So could you
Um,
park in one spot and walk to everything, or was this a big enough town you had to drive from restaurant to
yeah,
restaurant?
well, no, you can park, and right now they have the historic Main Street closed off to traffic so that it allows the restaurants to bring out tables and chairs and umbrellas over the tables, so that they can social distance, so that you can go inside right now, or you can sit outside. We felt very comfortable sitting outside, and it was a beautiful weekend, so we were able to sit outside and candlelight dinner, outside. And then when it's cooler, and that certainly will be getting cooler, they have the propane heaters outside ready to use as well. So,
Oh, that's great. So
yeah.
was there a particular thing that you did in town, or just shopping for
Yeah.
something neat?
Yeah,
Or
we tried to do different things this time. We've been up there one other time. So we did some shopping. That was first thing we did, of course. And but then just driving, we'd love to drive around and look at, it's hard to describe how beautiful it is up there. I'd love to see the fall colors. We didn't get to see the fall colors, but I'm sure it's fantastic. But
yeah.
just driving out the countryside, there's nothing flat, I don't think, out there. It's just gorgeous. You almost can just pull off the side of the road and just
That sounds
look in awe.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. And how relaxing for you just to get away. I know
Yes,
right now, so many people feel like they've been stuck for so long with,
yes,
the
I was.
COVID-19 stuff. Yes. And just wanting to
Yeah,
get away. And so, gosh, it's been, 6, 7 months. So you waited 6 months and then were able to get
yeah,
away and feel safe and comfortable. So that's
yeah,
awesome. So one last question. What was your most
yeah.
special memory? Was there something that stood out to you that's really special about the trip?
I have to just say the overall experience, but I just loved um, being in the little cottage and having the fireplace on, even though it wasn't cold, we didn't need it, but just that ambiance.
Hmm.
And just waking up in the morning and sitting out on the little rockers and having a cup of coffee and listening to the birds sing, and
Oh,
and hearing the fountain. And
I'm picturing
yeah,
you two in the
yes,
rockers and
us old people sitting and listening to the fountain. They have a little pond, and you can hear the fountain, and just
so
very relaxing.
that's that's actually really neat that in a way, I mean, nothing really stuck out because the
Yeah.
whole weekend to you
Yes.
was just calming. It was
Yeah.
relaxing. It was just a nice time for you to get away. And I'm so
Yeah.
glad you two got to do it. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Very, very neat. So, well, thank you. I appreciate you
Thank
talking
you.
to us today, Ginna.
Sure.
And thanks to everyone listening. Please tune back in with us as we continue to bring you information about destinations that you and your husband, like this, or significant other might want to go visit, or, family with children. So take the trip with us. Hear our stories about new destinations that we're exploring, learn tips and tricks that we have found useful, and keep dreaming with us about the next destination, the next vacation, or the next adventure. Until next time, keep dreaming.